Hello, hello. Testing. 1, 2. Make sure this is all working first. If anyone's watching this at the minute, you can just drop us a message, let us know if it's too quiet, too loud. Seems alright. Still got another 7 minutes or so. I'll just quickly go over and explain how the draw is going to work. Obviously, there's a lot of information on the screen at the minute and it's a bit confusing. First off, this is for the Wardles pool knockout this Sunday, 4th of June. The way the draw is going to work, the players on the left hand side are the 38 players who are in the competition. Each player has been assigned a number which was random. The random number part at the bottom is from another screen where it's going to randomly spit out a number between 1 and 38. The first number that comes out will be the players for the prelims. So we'll have 6 prelim games, which means that 12 players will be involved in the prelims. The problem that I have with a random number generator is that it can sometimes spit out the same number, so if for example number 5 comes out and then comes out again, it'll just be skipped and go on straight to the next number. After I've done the prelims draw, we'll then move on to the round 1 draw and go from there. It seems like it's working. What I'll do before I start the draws, I'll just go through a quick run through of the list of players that we'll have, at least the ones that I'm aware of. I've tried so many different ways to get this set up, but it's ridiculous, so this is about the best we can do. No other reason for other than just being a bit of entertainment. I don't think anyone questions these sort of draws, no one thinks they're rigged or fixed or anything like that, but it's nice for players to be able to watch it live and see who they get. Looking through the list of players we have at the minute, there's a strong field so far. I think from the players that I've spoke to, it looks like the early favourites going into it are Craig Adele, Dean Wilson and Stu Haswell. Well, there's plenty of players in there more than capable of causing an upset. What time is it? It's 25 past now, so we'll just give it another 2 minutes. I'm expecting loads and loads of stick on Facebook for this, but so fuck. Obviously we've got our sponsors flicking through there in the corner. So big shout out to all of them. P&M Auto Stores, Jarrow MOT Centre, XLQs, G&G Joinery, 8 Ball Direct, No More Mo, and of course Wardles Pool myself. Right, let's start with a quick rundown of some of these players. We've got Davy Glynn coming in at number 1. Strong contender after recent performances, winning the 100-man competition at Wardles. He'll be hoping to start well in his own backyard. Kane Armstrong at number 2, a player I've not seen play myself, but from those who I've spoken to, he'll be fancying his chances here. Number 3 is Stu Haswell, another local player, plays for the Wednesday night team at Wardles. Plenty of experience. Anth Dixon coming in at number 4, another Wardles singles league player. We've got Jamie Purvis in at number 5, one of the younger players in the field, but he's proven himself before. Had a close game recently with Joe Carr. In at number 6 we've got Curtis Matthews, who has a money game next week, I believe it is, against Gavin Davidson, so he'll be hoping to put in a strong performance. At number 7 and number 8, we've got Keith Briggs and Ben Wood, two players that I don't know a great deal about, so I have to keep an eye on them on the day, as with number 9, Steve Wright. Number 10 is Paul Maguire, terrible. We'll just move on next. 11, Corey Walker, whose dad's also in the competition further down the road. Possibly has a game next weekend against Richie Ames. No idea if that's going ahead or not. Number 12, we've got Stephen Robinson, chairman of the Tuesday League. He'll be hoping to put in a strong performance against a tough field. Dan Dunn in at number 13, who is second or third, I'm not sure, in the Wardles Singles League Championship. So with one defeat out of 8 games, he's got a lot to live up to. 14 and 15, 16 as well. We've got Dan Wood, Lee Etheridge, Ian Payne and Darren White. 4 players there that I believe are from the Gateshead area and have been passed through to us through Craig Hutchison, so thank you for that. Number 18, Ross Terrington, recently money match winner versus Graham Whitten in a close game at 2018. 19, Daniel Wallace, a name that's familiar with all these tournaments. I think he enters just about everything. As again with number 20, Dean Wilson, player from the Green Bays with pretty strong odds on early in the competition. Kevin Duke in at number 21, another player who's played 3 or 4 games now upstairs at Wardles and is yet to be beaten. Got a game coming up versus Ryan Bailey, which will be a cracker. We've got Neil Brigham in at 22, another strong player who's had some great results in the start after his singles league. Number 23, Rob McConnell. 24, Phil Belshaw, a local player and strong player in the championship, currently top. Lee Rowlands, Kevin Cubby, David Castledine are all players that I've never seen play before. Number 28 is Joe Holland, but he's unfortunately had to drop out of the competition, and he has been replaced with the first place on the reserve list, which I believe is Trevor Walton. So Trevor will be coming in hoping to give it a good run. He's been at a competition before at Wardles, but I can't remember which one it was. Then we've got Craig Botcherbury, another player who I believe is from Gateshead, who I've not seen. And then we've got Kevin Teasdale in at 32, Davey MacDonald in at 33, Ian McConnell 34, we've got Peter McGonnell back from the dead 35, Tony Short in at 36, Craig Goodell, a recent last minute entry but another strong contender, 37, and then finishing the draw off at number 38 we've got Les Walker. So what we'll do is we'll start the draw now. The first 12 names that come out that aren't a duplicate will be the prelim games, and I'll update that as I go along. So we'll get started here with the first number being number 21. So number 21 is Kevin Duke. I'll just update this as I go along. So player 1, Kevin Duke. And his opponent will be number 6. Number 6 is Curtis Matthews. So that's our first prelim game. Obviously this is taking a little bit time because I have to go through and do the numbers individually, but just bear with us. So we'll move on to the next game. And the first number is number 17, which is Darren White. And his opponent will be number 26. Number 26 is Kevin Cubby. That's 2 players going off there who I've yet to see play. The next matchup will be number 25, which is Lee Rowlands, versus number 14, which is Dan Wood. just update that there. 14-25. Right, we'll move on to the fourth prelim game, which is number 8. That's Benwood. And his opponent will be number 16, which is Ian Payne. I think out of these first 8 players, I've only seen 2 of them play, so a lot of interesting matchups so far potentially. Move on to the next game, which is number 9. That's Steve Wright. And his opponent will be number 19, which is Daniel Wallace. And then, oh, have I messed that up there? Yeah, we've got our first error. I'll just go back and change that. So that was Danwood. Benwood was number 8. It's Ian Payne. There we go. And then the last prelim match is number 36, which is Tony Short. And he'll be going off against number 15, which is Lee Etheridge. So there's the first draw for the prelims. I think Kevin Duke versus Curtis Matthews is a pretty standout game there. Obviously with it being 2 players that I've seen before, it's easy to judge, but the rest of them, Daniel Wallace, Steve Wright, be a lot of good games on the day to start off. Now obviously the order of the games will be Kevin Duke versus Curtis Matthews will be game 1, Darren White versus Kevin Cubby is game 2, and so on and so on. So if you look through on the other side on round 1, the winner of Kevin Duke versus Curtis Matthews will then play the players that are about to be filled in. So the way that this will work, the first 6 numbers out will be the players that play the prelim games. So the next number out will fill the spot that currently says player 17 on your screen. The next number out after that will finish player 18, and so on and so on. And this will follow a bracket, so you'll be able to figure out who your opponents are on your games after. No duplicates left, so we're going alright. I'm just going to take that start off. Right, so we'll move on to the other side now. And these are the round 1 matches. The next number out is number 28, which is going to be Trev Walton. So Trevor Walton will play the winner of Kev Duke and Curtis Matthews. The next number is number 30, which is James Scott. He'll play the winner of Darren White and Kevin Cubby. The next number is number 14, which has been drawn already, so we'll go again. Number 9, which has been a repeat. Number 26, a repeat, it's not long. Number 2, there we go. Number 2 being Kane Armstrong. And then the next number is number 13. Number 13 is Dan Dunn. 2 more games to sort for the prelims. Number 10, which is Paul Maguire. He'll play the winner of Steve Wright and Daniel Wallace. And then the last one, number 15 is out, 14 is out, 24 is not out. So number 24 is Phil Belshaw. And then from now we'll go left to right, so the next number out will be player 7, and he will play the number after that, which will be player 23, and so forth to complete the draw. So the next number is number 29, which is Kevin Brown. A strong player, and his opponent will be number 19, which is already out. Number 2 is out. Number 7. He'll be playing Keith Briggs. As we'll go on to the next numbers. Number 16 is out. Number 22. Number 22 is Neil Brigham. And his opponent will be number 8. His opponent number 8, which is Ben Wood. How would I know that number's already out? Sorry, I've scribbled that. Again. 17 is out. 29 is out. 24. 30. 2. 38. Go. With 38, which is Les Walker. 2 have recently just met in the Wardles Singles League, so I've got a bit revenge there for Les. Number 28 has been drawn. Number 19, which has been drawn. Number 21. Again. 36 has been drawn. 37, which is Craig Riddell. And he will play number 18, which is Ross Terrington. Two of the stronger players in the group matching up early on there. It's good news for everyone else. As we now move on to the last few spots. Obviously we're going to run into a lot of duplicates now, but there was no other way I could do this draw without it. So our next numbers are number 9, which is out, 10. 23 is a new number. 23 is Rob McConnell. And he will play number 33, which is Davy MacDonald. And we'll go number 3, which is Stu Haswell. And he will play number 11. That was a nice straightforward one, which is Corey Walker. Just to let everyone know that this tournament, once the draw's been completed, there will be a tournament bracket made on qscore.com, which is a website that everyone will be able to keep track of throughout the day. It'll have all the scores on and all the positions, so for anyone who has any friends or family who want to keep a track of it, I'll be posting the link on the Facebook page as we try and get the next game sorted. Number 19. Number 34, that's a new one, which is Ian McConnell. His opponent will be number 20, which is Dean Wilson. Go on to the next game. This is the problem that we have with all these numbers getting repeated. There's very few left. 35 is a new number, which is Peter McGonnell. As I said before, after the draw's done, I'll be going through the list to pick out some stream games. And Peter's opponent will be number 32. Number 32 is Kevin Teasdale. Potentially strong matchup there, which I believe leaves us with 6 players left, which is number 1, Davy Glynn, number 4, Anth Dixon, number 5, Jamie Purvis, number 12, Stephen Robinson, number 27, which is David Castledine, number 31, Craig Botcherby. So we'll complete this draw now. Hoping to get one of those numbers out as soon as possible. Number 31, there we go. So that's Craig Botcherby. And his opponent will be I think I'll probably shorten the numbers down after I get this one out of the way, just to make it a bit easier. Number 5, there we go. Number 5 is Jamie Purvis. So we'll have 4 players left, which is Davy Glynn, Anth Dixon, Stephen Robinson, and David Castledine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move them all down in order. So number 1 is Davy Glynn. Number 2 will be Anth Dixon. Number 3 will be Stephen Robinson. And number 4 will be David Castledine. I'll just quickly change these numbers to 1 to 4. So the next game is number 3, which is Stephen Robinson. And he will play number 1, which is Davy Glynn. And to finish off the draw, that means we'll have Anth Dixon, he will be playing David Castledine. And that, folks, is the draw completed. I don't know how many have been tuned in because I can't check the YouTube page at the minute, but hopefully there's been a few of you. Any sort of feedback from this will be constructive. I don't want just one slagged off. It was something new, it was something different. The completed draw will be posted out soon, within the hour, on the Facebook page for anyone who's missed this live stream. The pub itself will be open from 12 o'clock on Sunday. Tables will be open for practice, and the matches will be starting at 2 o'clock. If players arrive earlier and want to get games started as soon as they arrive, both players are happy to do that, then we can start the prelims as soon as possible. I will try to get a table order done so that players can have a rough time of when they're due on. But that's all from me. If anyone has any questions, just drop us a like, or drop us a message on Facebook or on the Wardles pool page, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you much for tuning in. Peace out. Razio!